Hi, it's Roro, and this is Roro Rants. And I heard that abortion ban has passed the House, and this is something important I need to talk about. I really don't have time to make videos lately because I've been going crazy making a Halloween costume for my grandniece, but this is something I need to weigh in on because I hear a lot of people talking about it, but I think a lot of people don't really understand the medical issues involved. I remember back in the 90s, the early 90s, this partial birth abortion topic came up. And it was a big controversy because the Republicans had these pictures and videos of this horrible procedure where they had pretty much the whole body of the baby outside of the womb, and then they would take a scissors or some kind of sharp object and stab the baby in the head while the head was still inside the womb, and then deliver the rest of the head. And they made it sound so horrible, like women were doing this on purpose because they just decided they didn't want to be pregnant anymore, and just decided that they wanted an abortion at 7 or 8 months. And this was total spin, complete spin. It wasn't at all true. These partial birth abortions were like 0.001% of the abortions, and they were not elective. They were abortions that were necessary to preserve the health of the mother, the reproductive health of the mother. They were only done in cases, and these were women who wanted these babies. These were women who desperately wanted these babies. And these were heartbreaking cases where a woman has to make a heartbreaking decision. And it's not really a decision. She doesn't have a choice. This is a heartbreaking thing for a family to have to go through. And for politicians to use this to further their career is just despicable. This is just horrible that they did this. And at the time, I didn't know. I didn't find out till later. But anyway, the medical problem was that if the baby had severe hydrocephalus, then it would be, then if the baby had severe hydrocephalus, then it would probably not live even a day outside the womb. It usually lived minutes or hours. It would be severely brain damaged. And this usually wasn't discovered until the 5th or 6th month. And, or, sometimes later, the 7th month, but usually it was discovered. Anyway, this would make that baby's head swell, of course. This could be, they've seen cases where the baby's head would swell the size of a basketball. And this, of course, could seriously damage a woman's uterus to the point where if she doesn't get this procedure, she may never be able to have children again. So, if this woman desperately wants a baby, and this is it, this is her last chance, so she has a chance to deliver this baby that's going to live a day or two and then die and then never have a baby again. Or she can have this procedure and be able to try again. So those are the choices she's left with. It's a heartbreaking thing for a woman to go through. Here she's been pregnant for 7 months, planning to have this baby and happy, and it's like a miscarriage, basically. So that's one thing, that's one situation. Now, I know that they do have ways of other things, like they do surgery now in utero, so they have other things they could do. They could stick a needle in there and draw out the fluid from the baby's skull, but she's still going to need an abortion. They're still going to have to go in there and take out the baby. So either way, she's going to have to get an abortion. The baby's not going to be viable. And it could damage the woman's cervix if she doesn't have the abortion. If she tries to deliver, I don't know. Anyway, that's what I read. I read an article on NPR that the reason why they have to, the woman has to have an abortion rather than bring it to full term and then deliver it at 9 months is that it could damage the woman's cervix if she waits too long. And then she may never be able to get pregnant again or carry another. She may end up having to have a hysterectomy and never be able to carry another baby again. So I just wanted to give that perspective because I hear other people reporting about this and I hear them saying, oh, 20 weeks? She wants to get an abortion after 20 weeks? Couldn't she make her mind up before then? No, that's not what this is about. And don't let these people put that spin on it because that is not. That's what the Republicans want to put that spin on it. But that's not at all what these cases are about. These cases are usually heartbreaking cases. And there are no doctors that do this. And if you take away the last few doctors that will do this, then you're stuck with women who are going to be never be able to have kids that want to have kids. And then you're going to be, still having, borderline, I think it's wrong to outlaw abortion altogether anyway, because then you're going to have these young teenagers having kids or trying to kill themselves because they don't want to have a kid or whatever. So, they say they should only have it be the health of the mother, not the mental health of the mother. But now they don't even want to do that. They don't have any health of the mother clause at all. They only have life of the mother, which is terrible. It should be life or health of the mother. I just also want to point out that there was a case about 3 years ago in South America, one of the countries where they outlawed abortion, and they didn't have any kind of rape or incest or any of that. There was a 10-year-old girl, and she was forced to carry this baby that her father raped her. She was forced to carry this baby to term. 10 years old, and she was risking her life. She was too little to have a baby. There was another case, and I don't know if it was the same South American country, but it was a woman who had cancer, and she couldn't get her chemo because she got pregnant. So she was going to die because of this baby. I guess in that case, they might consider it health of the mother or life of the mother. But would they? Because are you definitely going to die because you have cancer and you're postponing your treatment for 9 months? By the time you get in front of a judge and prove this, is the doctor going to take that risk for you and give you the abortion and risk losing? Are you, you know what I mean? These things take a long time to go through the courts, and by the time you see a judge, you could be dead already. I mean, these things, we can't be putting women and their doctors' choices and their health in the hands of politicians. It's just not right. And I think there have to be exceptions for the health and the life of the mother, and that's it. And that's the way they wanted it for the partial birth abortion. And basically, that's what happened in the 90s. The Democrats put that clause in there, and they said, okay, health and life of the mother. And the Republicans voted no because they didn't want, they said they voted no because they didn't want that clause in there. But the reality was they were just saying that to their base. The reality is they don't really want to ban abortion. That's why Mitch McConnell is saying, yeah, the Senate's going to vote on it. I just don't know when. Yeah, he's pushing it back because the Republican politicians don't want abortion. They don't want to pay for all these babies. They don't want to pay for all these disabled babies to put in foster homes and pay millions of dollars for their care and their hospitals. And they don't want to pay for all this. So they just say this to their base because they know their voters want this, but they're never going to do it. So I don't think it's ever going to even come up for a vote. But I just wanted to make this video to let everyone else know, if you don't know these medical things exist, this is why people get abortions after 20 weeks. It's usually due to medical reasons. Also, a lot of deformities and things like that are found out after that time, and they just don't want to bring a handicapped child into this world. It's I know people that have handicapped children and they're wonderful parents. And then I know other people, if you have economic problems, it costs a lot of money to raise a handicapped child. They don't take care of you. The government isn't going to take care of you. You have to have a lot of money. Special schools, special cares, insurances don't cover things. It's expensive. So a lot of people can't afford it. So in that case, a lot of people choose to abort, because why bring a child in this world if you can't afford their care? And, people don't want to adopt handicapped children. You can't just put them up for adoption. They end up in foster homes. The government takes care of them, and it's millions of dollars, and that'll never happen. The government's never going to vote. Politicians are never going to vote for that because they don't want to pay for them. Anyway, there's my rant for today. So post your comments. Go ahead and hate me if you want, but those are the facts.